Before I get started, if you happen to like movies, trailer reactions, Funko, subscription boxes, and collectibles, then hit that subscribe button now, because I have all that on my channel. Don't forget to turn the bell icon on so you know when I post another video. What is happening, guys? So, I'm making this little video for y'all. And the point of this video was to really keep on the theme of Power Rangers, because I'm really celebrating, the 25th anniversary of Power Rangers. So probably this video, and then I'll probably make one more Power Rangers video after this, just to, do a little celebration of the 25th anniversary. But in this video, I wanted to put my input on what they should do or what needs to happen in the Power Rangers sequel. The sequel to the 2017 Power Rangers movie. Now, I know probably most people didn't like the Power Rangers movie. Me personally, I did enjoy most of it. And I know that other Power Rangers fans actually enjoyed it too, because I heard them saying they enjoyed it also. But I know it did not bring in the extra fans, and it did not create a new fan group like they wanted it to. They really wanted the Power Rangers fans to come in, yes, but they wanted to bring other people that weren't necessarily fans already. They wanted to bring them in, which is why they tried to make this movie, and they tried to bring other people in to watch it. But we know how Hollywood works, and it didn't make enough money at the box office to greenlight a sequel automatically whenever it made the money. But now that Hasbro, the toy company, has actually acquired the rights to Power Rangers, they have already gone on to say that there will eventually be more Power Rangers movies. Now, they did not necessarily say that it was going to be a direct sequel to the 2017 movie. They just said that, we're going to get more Power Rangers films in the future. So really, that's why I'm making this video, to if we happen to get a sequel to the movie, I would me personally, I would like a sequel. I would go watch a sequel to the 2017 movie. But I'm making this video just to list off some things that they need to do in the sequel, if we happen to get a sequel. But before I get to things that need to happen, I just wanted to name a couple things that I actually did like about the movie. One of the things I did like about the movie was the diversity of the movie. Now, what I mean by diversity, I mean the way the cast was their ethnicities, they were not just one, it was all spread out, and I like the way they did that. They had different ethnicities for each character. I did like the overall feel of the movie. There were times where it didn't exactly feel like it was Power Rangers, but I still liked the tone. And you also got those hints of the campiness of Power Rangers also in there. But let me go ahead and get on to the things that needs to happen in this sequel. One of the things they need to do is tweak the designs. Now, one of my biggest problems with the movie was the designs. Now, the suits, when I first saw the suits, it was about a couple of months before the movie. I first saw the suits, they posted pictures of them. And I was still on the fence about them at that time. I kind of liked them, but then I didn't like them at the same time. I have kind of warmed up to them a little bit, but just a little tweaking here and there on the suits could really do it better. The design of the Zords was really my biggest problem. You cannot tell what they were. The whole point of the Zords, in the original Power Rangers show, was that you could tell what they were. They were, they resembled dinosaurs, basically, So, you could tell in the original Power Rangers show which dinosaur it was. In this movie, I could not tell. The closest ones I got to the design was the Tyrannosaurus Rex, which, design wasn't too bad. It was alright. And Saber-Tooth Tiger was close to the design of what it looked like. The other ones I could not tell that much. But they need to tweak that design. In my opinion, they need to, tweak the design of the Zords so that we can actually get a clear picture of which dinosaur they are. The Megazord in the movie was alright. I'm not gonna say I'm 100% with it, but it's fine for right now. Another thing about the movie, and now this huge problem, but it was just something I needed more of that I wish they did, and that was Rita Repulsa. Now, I thought she was, a right villain, she was alright for the first movie, but there was times throughout the movie where I felt like she wasn't a big enough threat. But then again, it is their first movie, so I accepted it, and I understood how I almost felt like it was easy to beat her, but I understand what they're going with it. You know, it's the first movie. They're trying to, you know, gain that training, and they're trying to get their feet wet with it, you know. So like I understood like the way they went with it. And of course, you know, at the end they defeat her, and you know, she got slapped into space, you know, if y'all saw that. We got the tease for Tommy Oliver. Now Tommy Oliver, many of y'all know, is the Green Ranger. We got the hint at the end where he was over there calling his name. The teacher was calling out Tommy Oliver's name, and then it just you know, kind of panned to an empty desk with the Letterman jacket on it. Now in my opinion, Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, should be the villain, like the main villain for the second movie. Now what they do with, like, you know, Tommy Oliver as being the main villain, they could go with the story arc of the Evil with Green story arc that they did in the original Power Rangers, where Rhea Raposa actually takes control of Tommy Oliver, and you know, he becomes a Green Ranger, and you know, he fights against the other Power Rangers. Now for the second one, like I do want the Green Ranger to like probably be the main villain of the movie, and the way I would do it, me personally, the way I would do it is have him be the main villain of the second movie, and then have him have, like, you know, not minions, but you know, sort of like secondary monster villains. You know, you could probably bring in some of the classic monster villains from like the original show. You know, that'd be like a little nice touch, you know, to fans of the original show, if you bring in, like, you know, some classic one-off villains that they had in the show. But the way I would do it is I would not have Rhea Raposa be the one that's coming back and controlling him. Tell you the truth, I would not have Rhea Raposa come back in this sequel. Now the thing is, the way I would do it is somebody will like sort of control him, but the person that's controlling him is not really going to make appearance throughout the movie. The way I would do it is have him like hidden, like, you know, just in the back, like in the background, sort of, you know, like they're not going to be shown in the movie. It's going to be a mystery on like who's controlling him, and then, you know, they're going to be playing a part from in like the shadows. They're not going to be like in their battle. So like Tommy Oliver will be the main villain, and then, you know, you have your secondary kind of monster villains that are like with him also. Now I really don't want them to have like too many, maybe like an extra 2 or 3 monster villains, maybe 4 at the most. But you know, it'll be a cool touch if they did like some of the classic one-off, like, you know, those one episode kind of monster villains, you know, if they get a couple of the classic ones from like the original show. And like the way I want to do this sequel, like the way I would do it is I want to feel the tension between the Green Ranger and the other Power Rangers, you know, like I want to feel that tension. I want to feel that, you know, sort of like rivalry in there. So the way I would do it is like have the Green Ranger, well, he's already going to their school. So the way I would do it is have the Green Ranger actually be a part of the football team, because, you know, in the Power Rangers movie, Jason was a part of the football team. Now, you could bring him back. I know he wasn't necessarily on the football team anymore, but you could bring him back onto the football team. And the way I would do it is have Tommy Oliver be like that other guy that's on the football team too, that's actually trying to take the position of away from Jason. So I really want that to kind of happen. Like, that's the way I would do it. That way you can feel that rivalry and you feel that tension, and you can see, like, you can feel it, you know? But like that's what I would do, because I really want to feel that rivalry and that tension. And, you know, of course you could have him find like the power coin, like the green power coin that was left behind. And you know, throughout the movie you could probably hear like the voice of like who's controlling him. Like maybe like a couple of times throughout the movie, maybe hear him. Now I know a lot of people were actually towards the vote of like having Tommy Oliver actually be a female role in the next movie. Now that's fine. I don't have no problem with it being a female role. The thing is, like, I would prefer a male role, as because the way I wrote it out, the way I was seeing it, imagining it, was like the way they were having a rivalry, and like I imagined it as a male role. But you know, if they go female route, I'm fine. What's concerned is if they go female or male, either one, is that they're able to, you know, cast somebody, or, you know, make sure the role is like fits within, you know, the movie, make sure it plays off well with the other characters. You know, that's my main concern with it. So either male or female, you know, that's my main concern with their, like, the role. But really, like, they could go the evil with green storyline. Like, I think that they should go with that storyline. And the thing was, you could see somebody recover the power coin, but you don't know who it is yet. And like, they'll be the one that's pulling the strings. They'll be the one that's in the shadows. You don't know who it is yet, but you know that it's somebody. Like, I know in the original show they had Tommy Oliver become good. Like, they could go that route towards the end of the movie, have him become, good. I'm still on the fence about it. Like, if they should keep him evil, like, a little longer, or have him good. Either way, you could do whatever with it. The thing is about this sequel is it needs to be bigger. Like, what I mean by bigger is the villain needs to be bigger. They need to have a bigger threat. Now that they're more experienced, it just needs to be overall bigger in the sequel. Now, what I would do was, like, I was explaining how the whole evil with green storyline, like, what I would do with it, if, like, the way I would imagine it. Now, I was saying how there was going to be another bigger villain that's actually behind the scenes, kind of controlling the whole, like, outlook of everything in there. And the villain that I was thinking that should be the one that's doing all this is actually Lord Zed. Now, I know there has been, like, big input from different people saying that Lord Zed should be the villain of the sequel. And, like, I thought about it, and I was thinking, it might be better if they wait just at least one more movie. And, they could save him for the third movie. Now, the reason I think they should save him just for the third movie is I feel like it'll be more of a cinematic thing if they did that. Have the Green Ranger be the main villain of the sequel, and then save Lord Zed for the third movie. And then you can reveal how he was actually the one pulling the strings. He was controlling the Green Ranger. And, he was the one that had, like, he was controlling the whole outlook of everything in the sequel. And he could reveal that. And now, look, I think that would be more cinematic that way. That's my opinion. Now, as far as Rita Repulsa coming back, now, if she comes back, I'll be fine with it. The thing I imagine is, like, she won't necessarily play a part in the sequel, but the way I would do it is reveal that she actually comes back towards the end of the sequel. Now, what you could do is you can have a big reveal at the ending. Now, you can have her come back. Let's say somebody finds her, right? And she comes back to life, right? Whenever she comes back to life, she sees somebody in the shadows, and then she could be like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in ages." And then what you get is the big reveal of Lord Zed stepping out of the darkness or something like that. And you just get that big reveal at the ending, and like it'll just, like, it could blow Power Rangers fans' minds if you get that reveal at the ending, and then you realize what could happen in the third movie. Now what the third movie is, like, it needs to be the biggest of them all. Like, you got Rita Repulsa back, you got Lord Zed, have them team up, and of course, depending on how they do it, is, will the Green Ranger be good in the third one or not? Depending on how they do it, though. But, like, the team up between Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed, and of course, all the other secondary monster villains that they could have with them, could be, like, epic, and I think it'll be a good third movie for it. I know how I was saying before, like, the movie didn't bring in enough fan base, like, extra fans. Like, it brought in the Power Rangers fans, of course, yes, but it didn't bring in enough of the outside fans that they were trying to create, like, new fans they were trying to create. Now, the thing is, like, with this sequel, like, if you do go the Green Ranger route, is you could definitely pull in, I think you could pull in some extra fans by stating what this, like, this sequel is going to be like. What happens when a ranger goes evil or something like that? That could be like the tagline. And, like, I think it could bring extra people in if you, like, go that route with it. But another crazy idea that they could actually go with is there's this comic arc that's happening right now in the comics. It's a storyline arc, and it's called Shattered Grid. Now, Shattered Grid I haven't read all of it yet, but it's actually pretty good. Now, the way the story arc works in the Shattered Grid is, like, if y'all seen the original Power Rangers, of course y'all saw, like, the Green Ranger, he's evil at first, turned good on that. The way the Shattered Grid works is that the Green Ranger actually, like, in alternate reality, the Green Ranger actually stayed evil, and, like, later on he actually tries to destroy all of the Power Rangers in all the different dimensions. Now, they could go this route, like, I don't think they will, of course. I don't know if they should go that route just yet. Maybe they could sort of work it in. I don't know exactly what they could do, but like I don't think they should go that route just yet. You know, it is a cool concept, and like eventually I would like to see it like in movie form, but like I don't think they should go that route just yet. Another thing, in the first movie, I know there was like a lot of product placement, you know, for Krispy Kreme, and I know Krispy Kreme was like, you know, a big sponsor of the movie, and you know they had a big partnership and all that. But you know, like it was like almost every other sentence you could hear Krispy Kreme, Krispy Kreme. Now, it didn't annoy me too much, but you know, it's still that, you know, product placement that was in there that was like just, you know, a little over the top a little bit, you know. Another thing they should do in a sequel is I need to see them in their armor more often. Now, in the first movie, I know they were training. They didn't get to do much in their armor until like the very end. But like now that they're experienced with it, in the sequel, they need to go all out with them inside their armor. You know, like more times in their armor is basically what I'm trying to say, you know. Because we didn't get enough in the first movie. I understand why we didn't get enough in the first movie. But now that they're experienced in the sequel, we need more of their armor, more fighting in their armor, more everything in their armor, you know? But really, those are things that I think need to happen in the sequel. And like, you know, I put my input on like what I would do personally, like what I imagine I could do with the movie, like what I would do, you know? I know this video was sort of long, but like, you know, I just had different ideas and stuff just running through my head, and like I just wanted to, you know, put in a video and, you know, just explain and put my input on things that I think they should do for the sequel. But let me know down in the comments what y'all would like to see in the sequel or things they need to do. What is y'all opinion on this? Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on so you know when I post another video. Check out my description. I actually have some promos down there. Be sure to check out some of my other videos on my channel. But that's all I got. I'll see y'all next time. And remember, be legendary.